All right, everybody, a little different video today. We're discussing equipment, mechanics equipment, and how important it is. But got this welder here. I literally bought this old welder back in 1991, 30 years ago this year, and it is just a 130 amp, 120 volt input welder. It's got 4 heat settings, and then you got your wire speed. But literally, this welder and I have been through hell and back. I've built an entire 4-wheel drive van with this thing, entire front ends on cars, like that 63 Mercury Comet, and endless projects, like literally microwave bracket in the kitchen, or the hinges on my gate on my spiral staircase. So anybody who has a welder knows how cool they can be and how versatile they are. But this thing bit the dust. It has literally welded its last dog nut, and it turns out it was just an old beater trying to weld a hole in exhaust, and the wire got all crimped up and couldn't get the wire out of the end of it. So it was done. So time to do some upgrading. And looking back at that welder, man, that thing is just tiny. Can't believe what I did with this thing. But they're totally capable. But had to splurge. Didn't go all in, but we got this Hobart 210 MVP handler, and I think I'm going to be really happy with this. Kind of went old school with this thing. All it is 2 dials. It's got 7 different heat settings, and then your wire speed 0 to 100, of course. But it actually has 2 different voltage inputs. So now, not only do we have 115, but now we can do 230, and it's 210 amps total. So I'm probably gonna be amazed once I start using this thing, as opposed to using this old girl and expecting it to do everything I've wanted. It's probably done 90% of what I've ever asked it to do, but it's done. Once that wire got caught in there, the whole cord trigger needs to be replaced, and 30 years, it's done. But so we got this one, and actually kind of went all in, and I have a TIG welder on the way also. Now, I chose to stick with separate machines instead of getting the new style where the one machine does everything. We'll see how that decision goes once I get these machines up and running and going from there. But I think I'm going to be pretty happy with this decision, and let's get this thing unboxed and go from there. All right, got the old welder out. This old girl has given me more love than I've given her, for sure, as it's obvious, but kind of ashamed of that, but it is what it is. Got our old welding cart here, doing a wheelie, drag race style, without the welder in there. But this old welding cart has been money for me. All it is a old R&R cart I used before I started building transmissions, and converted it into a welding cart. It's got the heavy duty wheels on it. My dad gave me them wheels. They come out of an elevator, and I said maybe I can find a use for them, and sure did. But as soon as I got the new welder, I made this cart, just started welding. And that's the main thing. Get a welder, just start welding. But it's got transmission bands for the tank straps. Got the struts for C6 transmission holding them in, all that. But yeah, this thing's been money for me. as soon as I get this welder up and running, I'm probably going to be in the house, in the kitchen, trying to figure out anything I can make. My wife's going to be like, cut it out, go out to the garage, do what you got to do. But we're looking good, just moving on, getting this thing cleaned up and make way for the new. But one note I want to make, I've replaced this ground clamp about a couple, 3 years ago or whatever. Got that from an actual welding shop. This is the ground clamp that came with the new higher amperage welder. It's got some good strength to it, but it's nothing but cheesy steel. And this thing is proper. It's got the brass teeth on it. Actually has a cord that goes all the way around and connects the two teeth, as opposed to the voltage having to go, say it's not getting a good ground here, and it is here, it's got to go through just the cheese metal or the spring or whatever it can do to get back to ground. This thing is guaranteed, so we're already going to upgrade this thing before I even use it with this nice clamp. That thing is proper. So that's going on the new welder before I even strike an arc. All right, pretty much set up here. Had to modify my cart a little bit just to get the door to clear. No big deal. So far, I'm pretty impressed with this thing. It's pretty quiet. I do like this here. Just has spring loaded for the drive wheel and the different wire sizes, so you push it in and turn it instead of having to take a screw out and all that. So that's pretty cool. Got all the proper chart. Everything seems happy with that. The only two things I didn't like about this thing was, of course, the ground clamp. Got my ground clamp on. That thing's good to go. And this cord here plugs into the wall, but there's about 6 or 8 inches that comes straight out. So plugged in, it kind of tends to want to droop down a little bit, but not a deal breaker. We'll see how that turns out. But other than that, we're just going to get to welding here and see what she'll do. All right, after doing a little welding, if you see here, the open circles 4, 5, 6, 7 are for 115, and 1 through 7 is for 230. And I'll show you these welds here, see what we're looking at. But we got 16th inch, 1/16 metal. We got number 7, highest setting, blew through, and then 6, looking better. These two are 5, and that's actually 4. But you can see the back side where that was number 7 on the back side, too hot. Number 6, still a lot of penetration. 5, looking pretty good there. And then 4, you can see. So that was on 16th. And then we come over to the 8th. Pretty much that was 5, it just dog nutted. Those were 7, that's pretty happy. And then this was 6. So I would say the hottest setting on a 110 is good for 1/8. I think this welder will probably do up to 3/16 max on the 110 setting. Haven't done 220 yet, but I tried a piece of 5/16 and it just wasn't doing it. No worries though. I'm gonna get a plug closer to my work area and check out this 220, but I'll keep you updated. But that's what we're looking at. So far, I'm pretty happy. Some nice welds. Well, so far, so good. Just checking out the 110. I'm pretty happy with this thing. I'd give it a thumbs up, and I'll definitely keep you updated on the 220 setting. Can't wait to do that. And also, I'll let you know about that TIG welder that shows up. I've never done TIG welding, so it's definitely going to be a game changer. So thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon.